Got my emotional support animal here with me.
Oh, he's a good little boy. I got my puppy with me
She.
too. She's a good little girl.
Do not misgender.
She's a good little boy. We did that show last week.
Do not misgender my puppy.
We did that show last week. Awesome, man. So we're on route now. We've got some good things coming up in the future here. We've got our writer on staff. I got Miss Andrea Tang going to start producing content for us. The podcasts are going to start coming out pretty consistently. So you folks watching at home can start to tune in on a regular basis. We're going to have a Tuesday afternoon release date. Good things, exciting things.
I got to meet Jeff Rod in person.
You got to meet Jeff Rod in person.
I like Jeff Rod. I like that he serves our nation in the Army.
Mr. Jeff Rod is a very good guy. His name is not Jeff, by the way. We just decided. I called him Jeff from day one, and from now on, it's kind of a running joke. His name is Jeff. His name is actually Rod, but I call him Jeff because
I like Jeff Rod.
I like Jeff Rod too.
A little bit of us, a little bit of him.
Well, are we gonna talk about it now, or are we gonna wait to the end?
We could talk about it.
Yeah. Shitty day today. For those of you who don't know, I mean, you probably will know by this. We're a week out from the show, but one of our black belt brothers, actually Sonny got his black belt with him, passed away this morning. Still waiting to figure out what happened and how things went down. But Josh Couture, man, it sucks even saying it. Like someone that I've known for years. I mean, I've been training with Josh for 15 years. He's a local Tampa local guy. He was in a lot of bands, played music all over the place, traveled in music bands. Tragic. I don't even know if he was 40 yet. I think he was in his late 30s. He's got 2 young kids. Just a sad thing, man.
Yep. I feel really terrible for his family, and man, he was such a great guy. So low key. You ever notice that about him? Because you see Jeff. And I'm sorry, Josh. You see Josh, and you think, wow, like look at this imposing character.
Right.
He's so big and strong. He's got that Gordon Ryan sort of physique going on.
Right.
And yet he's so soft spoken.
Yeah, quiet. I mean, he was really, really intelligent guy too, man. I had some really well read. He was kind of one of those hardcore band guys, lifestyle guys that kind of enjoyed the read and was a very philosophical person that had some philosophical pursuits, a Renaissance man. And it's just sad. I mean, it's fucking sad when anybody that age dies, man. Anybody under 40. And but we're getting to that point in our lives, man. Like people die. And it's just like, wow. And you start to kind of think about your mortality. Like, fuck, man, like I'm going to die soon too. We all going to die. We all going to check out.
I'm trying not to go there, bro. I'm trying to,
sorry.
I'm trying to keep it, above.
This is a comedy show, but I mean, it's tough.
Funny. People ask me, how you doing, Sonny? And I'm always like, well, I've got one foot in the grave and the other on the banana peel.
Yeah. That's about
it's
it.
It's kind of a joke. It's kind of not.
But definitely not the news you want to wake up to hearing. And it just sucks. I wanted to make sure everybody knew about it before we started seeing it pop off on Facebook and Instagram and all that shit.
So. Yeah, no, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. Well,
but yeah, I do wish his family well, and I hope maybe there's some kind of, if there need be some kind of fundraiser, then maybe we can do something.
I'm sure we're all going to get together. I'm sure we're all going to get together and have a reunion or
I told Josh LeDuc, and that was literally the first thing he said to me was like, "What are we doing for his family?"
Yeah, I'm sure that there'll be some kind of a. Does Josh know? Did Josh know Couture?
I'm not sure Josh knew him all that well. I'm sure Josh knew of him.
Yeah,
and probably had seen him and met him.
Yeah, they've seen each other in an event or something in the past. I'm sure.
I don't know how much of a training partner they were, but I think Josh knows who he was.
He was a hell of a jiu-jitsu guy. He was a hell of a jiu-jitsu practitioner too, man. He really over the last 4 years or so, he had really dug his heels into learning jujitsu. You know, he was an intelligent guy, and he really appreciated and enjoyed researching and
He's one of
understanding
those
things.
guys that like didn't compete much, but if you came into the gym and rolled with
Yeah,
him,
yeah,
you'd remember his name.
you definitely remember who he was. I mean, he's a massive human being, like fucking yoked out of his damn mind. And he really spent a lot. He taught a leg lock class on Friday nights at at
At
North
North.
that he's been teaching for years. Man. Well, anyway, man, like it just felt like it's hard to get or wrap our head around, but you know what? We are professionals and we are here to do a service and to provide
Yes.
you with quality entertainment. So we're gonna snap our fucking heads right and get back into the weekend's events. But just to start off with, very, very sorry for the loss of our brother Josh LeDuc. It's kind of a sad thing, and I'm trying to
Stop saying
process it.
Joshua Duke died.
Oh, Jesus
Joshua
Christ. That's just
Joshua
my
Duke did not die.
that's just me. That's just
By
me
the way,
trying
when
to
you
bring it
called
into the
me
world.
today, I gotta say, when you called me today, you were like,
I
bro,
said it. I know I said it
like
too.
bad news,
I
like
said it
really
too.
terrible news. And I'm like, what? And you're like, Josh the Duke died. And I'm like, what?
I know.
And then you're like, I mean Josh Couture.
That's
And I'm
just
and I'm thinking like, oh, this is gonna like the real answer is gonna be like better. And it was just not, you know. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what are you trying to do to me over here?
That's just my subconscious trying to bring harm and misfortune into Joshua Duke's life. I don't know why I hate that fucking kid. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know
He loves
what
you.
I know he loves me, and I love Josh. Like I say it a lot. I'm gonna call him fucking Couture now. Josh
Apparently not.
LeDuc.
You're because you're wishing him dead twice today.
It's the evil inside of me. I can't help myself. I love you, Josh LeDuc, and I hope you don't die anytime soon. But
Oh man.
as we digress. So what's up, Sonny? What else is going on in the life of Sonny Parlin? Anything fun? Anything notable? We can talk about the ADCC this weekend if you'd like. We talk about some other things.
What a long day that
Oh, you
was.
don't even fucking know. Fuck you, because you didn't get there till fucking 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I got there
No,
at
I got
fucking
there at 11.
7:30. I was
Oh,
there
you
at
were at
7:30, motherfucker.
Oh
I
man.
had kids starting. Was supposed to start at 8. It didn't start till 9.
Yeah, dude. Dude, the ADCC name has really like in the last couple of years has just grown so much. And dude, when did you see this kind of attendance at an ADCC Open before?
Well,
You
they
know?
haven't had them before. This is the first. I
No, no,
mean, they've only
they had
had.
it like I remember Aaron Harp went and did it in Florida like a few years back.
So what they did is they used to have the ADC Open. I don't even think it was called the Open. It was called something else. It might have been called Open. There was a gi version. ADCC Pro is I think what it was called. There was a gi version
Oh,
of the
yes, you're right.
ADCC.
You're
Yeah,
right.
because I competed in that too. I took third place and didn't. Second place, you got a trip to Dubai to go compete. Ben Zapata actually got to go to Dubai
I
and go
just kind of
compete.
always lumped this in with that, but I
Yeah.
do like the ADCC Open, and obviously there's a lot of people in there. I mean, it seems like all the divisions got sold out.
I mean, they had 1,400 competitors. It was ridiculous. It was insane.
It's crazy. I think they should limit it to a little bit less
Well, I
because I
think
mean, you can't have a tournament going from like 6 in the morning until, midnight
there's a couple answers to that dilemma that I think they should actually try to start to
or do
implement.
2 days or
Or
something.
do 2 days and have same day weigh-ins. I think that they have to I like the idea that they do the day before weigh-in. I think it's great for the trials, guys, but it's hard to get. Or you can do the day before weigh-ins and just have the kids weigh in on Friday and the adults weigh in Saturday night. But it should be a 2-day tournament. The kids should be on one day and then the adults should be on the next day. You just can't have 1,400 competitors going one day, especially, you know, I love all the guys that were there and they had some difficult snafus with internet service and the venue they had sucked. It was just an endless cycle of shit. But if you're going to do that crazy amount of people on one day, you better be fucking organized. And what I say, one of the things I notice is someone that has refed in tournaments a lot and been to a lot of local tournaments. When you're in an actual competitive setting and you got 16 fucking mats going, and you're looking out on a mat and you only see 2 fucking mats active at one time, like there's a problem. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have 16 mats going, like you better have them people going. You better be like, where's fucking Stacy at? Where's Tony? Come on, let's go. Tony fucking Gonzalez, get on the mat. You're up next. You know what I mean? There was none of that going on. Like there were so many lulls.
Yeah, they
action.
waited till about 10 p.m. to start doing that.
Yeah, it was. And by that time, the only reason they did is because they had to be out of the venue. It was kind of funny. I actually texted Sean Fowler because we were kind of texting back and forth. Sean's the guy from Five Grappling that runs the kind of operational aspects of the opens, the ADCC Opens. He told me they almost arrested his ass because they wanted everybody out. I guess they only had the venue until 11 o'clock or whatever time it was, and they were shutting everybody out. They were locking the doors up, and Sean was like, we are not stopping until we finish this competition, because they, there was issues with the venue, like they kicked everybody out, the internet company coming and going down. It wasn't all Sean's fault, but he said he started, like, there was literally like a line of security guards lining up right there, and he was just like standing strong in the middle of the mat, like, you can turn the lights off, we'll do it with flashlights, but we're not going anywhere until we finish this thing. Long story short, they let him finish it. But I don't think they're going to have it at that Orlando Convention Center. It was a horrible idea. Everybody was pissed. Everybody was pissed. I mean,
it wasn't the most practical thing.
They had to piggyback it off of the Mr. Olympia, which is cool, but it was just like piece by piece. Let's talk about it from start to finish. First,
up in Connecticut, they had an event very much like this. It wasn't ADCC. It was Grappler's Quest. It was Grappler's Quest.
I remember Grappler's Quest.
Yeah, and they had to piggyback off of another sort of convention that was going on. So me and a couple buddies walked over and wanted to see, like, what's going on over there. It was a porn convention.
Nice.
I mean, dude, hilarious. I was
back in the old days.
Yeah,
the good old days.
I'm going to send Jeff Rod a photo to throw up, because there was a moment where I had 2 porn stars on either side of my fat ass.
Let's do that.
This is back when I was like 280, kissing my cheeks.
The glory days of Sonny Parlin. I remember Fat Sonny.
At the porn convention.
FYI, hashtag bring back Fat Sonny. I miss Fat Sonny.
No.
Fat Sonny was always happy. Like, always a smile on his face. Always gave me a big old hug.
Fat Sonny, well, is dead. He's trying to come back, but I'm going to kill him.
The guy from Grappler's Quest, by the way, the guy who used to run Grappler's Quest, apparently, like, he was like, because Grappler's Quest used to be the shit. That was like the biggest grappling tournament in the jiu-jitsu world. And he had a good thing going. I heard he took a bunch of DMT and kind of lost his mind. Like, it's what the rumor on the street is. I don't know if that's true or not. But
Yeah,
I've heard
something about that. I heard something
that.
like he decided
ayahuasca or DMT or something like that.
Yeah, he decided to like
walk the earth or some shit.
Yeah, took a completely new path in life.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Funny little side story.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I forgot about that.
I remember. I think Matt Arroyo told me that one day about.
Bro, we're gonna have to do an investigation, an Old Man Grappling Hour official investigation into whatever happened to Grappler's Quest.
Whatever happened to Grappler's Quest. I like that. We can have like documentary footage, old videos. There's a lot of our guys competed on Grappler's Quest. A lot of our old guys. Remember Robbie D'Onofrio got rape choked. Yeah, D'Onofrio. I forget his fucking name. Robbie D'Onofrio got rape choked by Pablo Popovich in a Grappler's Quest. Yeah, there's a video of it somewhere. You can actually Google Robbie D'Onofrio versus Pablo Popovich and see Robbie getting rape choked from the mount.
Oh man, poor Robbie.
Yeah. We're
so
digressing. Porn stars, rape choke. This is getting to be a little steamy episode.
It's a little crazy. But yeah, obviously they were not above sharing space with a porn convention.
Oh no, whatever gets the space cheaper.
Yeah,
and I mean, back in those days too, there was like, this was, the rootin' tootin' There were no kids in the grappler's crest. It was all grown ups. Never.
But yeah, I
Whatever
will
pays the
definitely send
bills.
that photo to Jeff Rod.
But the ADCC from the start, like I first of all, before we get into all the shit about talking trash about the ADCC, because I don't really want to do that. It was still a pretty good event. They still had lots of competition. The competition level, the competitive level of the ADCC is next level. It's insane how good everyone is top to bottom. Um, they've only had a handful of opens, and they're just trying to get into this market of having open classes, open tournaments that aren't just the trials. And I love the ADCC. I love Mo. I love Sean Fowler. I love everything about it. And I hope that one day it becomes, and I believe that one day it will become a viable option to the IBJJF in terms of, competing on a national level and eventually international. I think they already do international stuff.
Right.
That being said, they're new to the game and they still got some bugs to work out. So I kind of told all my parents and all my competitors that came out to kind of expect not the worst, but just be prepared for maybe not that great of a run tournament. I don't think it was a disaster, but they definitely need to kind of look at this as a learning experience and move on. If they're going to be able to do, they're going to do all these numbers,
Honestly,
1,400 people.
I think they had the time. Like we talked about, like maybe had they done it over 2 days or something like that. I think I don't think it would have been an issue because it was only when they started getting crazy, it wouldn't have been as bad if they just did it over 2 days. I think they were overwhelmed.
Well, they can still the day before weigh-ins, and I'm just telling you as someone that has parents that take their kids to do tournaments. Like as an adult, I don't mind too much the day before weigh-in because I don't care because we got a bunch of dudes that fucking got an Airbnb. It cost us, shit. Cost us $50 a head, 8 of us in the Airbnb. I actually covered most of it because it was all my freaking degenerates that couldn't afford to pay anyway. So I just covered it and whatever, got the Airbnb. So it's not that big of a deal for adults. But as a parent that's 2 hours away from Orlando, 2.5 hours, 3 hours away from Orlando, has to drive. Now, because you're doing the day before weigh-ins, you have to drive up the night before. You have to weigh in the night before. Then you have to go back home again, or you got to get your hotel room. Now you got to have a hotel room because you can't drive back. You're not going to drive 3 hours there, 3 hours back, and then do it again in the morning. So you got to get the hotel room. Right now, the next day you're there all freaking day long. Right, that's part of it. Now, on top of that, when you add in the ridiculous venue that they had that was piggybacked on the Mr. Olympia that jacked things all the way up, because there's lots of people that were really excited about Mr. Olympia that didn't have a problem paying $20 to park twice, $50 for a spectator fee to come watch. You know what I mean? Because they want to come see all the connecting things that are involved in that. But if you're a parent and you got 2 kids competing, that's $220. Then it's you and your wife that want to come watch. That's another $100. Then you got to pay freaking $50 to park. That's another $50. That's 350, right? Then you got to get a hotel room. That's another $200. Like it adds up. And parents were a little bit perturbed by that. And then unfortunately, when you walk in the door and they don't really understand the dynamics of what's happening and everything just starts popping off and falling apart, like they could do better. And I hope that they learn. I'm sure they're going to learn from it, but it was not a pleasant experience sometimes about the way things were run. Just my 2 cents.
I understand.
Yeah. I got your picture, by the way. I just saw your porn star pic. So I will
Isn't
send
that
that
great?
to Mr. Jeff Rod and get him going. But
So, what do you
I
want to talk
mean,
about?
the level of competition. What do you think about the ADCC level competition? I think that it was a
It's
fun
good,
day.
man.
I mean,
It's getting better. Like the competitive game out there is evolving again, I think, you know, and just like what not the game so much, but like Never before did you see blue belts
Oh,
on the regular.
dude, Sonny, it's fucking nuts, man.
I know.
It's nuts how quickly these guys get good. I mean, it messes with my entire timeline of how to grow
How
to
to
a
grade
successful
somebody.
competitor. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like I'm seeing guys that have been training for 2, 3 years that are as good as some of the brown belts that I know that have been training for 7 or 8. Like it's screwed up my entire curve for how to grade someone's ability to get better at jiu-jitsu and when they're ready to go compete. I don't know what it is. I think a lot of it has to do with the explosion of the BJJ fanatics and Gordon Ryan and all the instructionals and all of the instant
Well,
information
there's
at their
that. I
hands.
think there's a lot more no-gi jujitsu. And don't forget, like when you and I first started training, for me it was 2007, I think what, 2005 or 2006 for you.
Something like that, yeah.
So when we started training, like it was etched in stone that the minimum amount of time you had to spend on the mats to get a black belt was 10 years, you
Yeah.
know? But now I think it's a little bit different because the level of instruction has gotten so much better and there's so many more resources available to people like YouTube and these instructionals, like you said, like BJJ Fanatics, um, all these support materials and the better instruction. I think people are getting better a lot faster now.
I mean, it's not, I don't think it's a fucking fact. It's an
Yeah.
undeniable fact. Like I watched, and granted, the majority of the people that are doing an ADCC Open aren't going to be the same people that are going to do a Copa or
Right.
a little local tournament. These are all going to be the people that are the next level guys at every gym, the outliers that are submitting everybody at other gyms or compete or grappling at a much higher level that want to compete. You know what I mean? So you're going to see these outliers. This is a collection of outliers all in the same tournament. But I mean, it's those outliers are still so much better. And there's just so many more of them. Like there was always a few blue belts that were like, oh shit, that's a phenom. But there's just
Right.
so many more of them. The kids are the same way. Like, holy shit. These fucking 8, 9 year olds are doing jujitsu that's fucking more technically advanced than
Yeah.
any of my jujitsu ever was.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It changed. It makes me question where I'm at in my philosophies, and maybe I need to change the way I do things to stay up with the curve. It's completely baffled my mind on a bunch of different levels, man.
No, it's just, another thing is like when I first started thinking about teaching kids, and maybe I had the wrong mindset, and I think I did, but I was like, first of all, I've never taught the kids. I've always had someone else do it. But my thought has always been like, why don't I want to teach kids? Well, because they're going to be like little retarded people that just can't understand what
Wow.
I'm
So
saying.
so so are white belts, but that's all
Well, yeah,
right.
but because they're kids, they're going to be even more so. And I'm just like, I just don't want to have to deal with that, you know? And it turns out they're a lot smarter than you give them credit for.
I
You know?
I've said this a bunch of different times, and I'll stick to this, man. I'll take a room full of 4 kids, 5 kids, and I'll teach them a technique. And I'll take a room full of 5 adults, white belts, fresh off the street, and I'll teach them the same technique. And during the course of an hour, I will have to struggle for at least 20 minutes to 25 minutes with the group of 5 kids just to get them to pay attention to me, like just to get
Yeah.
them to not fuck off and just to fucking focus on what I have to say. And I'll take those, say, 5 adults, and they will literally be hanging off every word I say like I am a god amongst men, right?
Yeah.
And
Either that or they pretend to.
right.
Really, really, what they're doing is they're thinking, hmm, I wonder what we're going to have for dinner tonight.
But at least they're paying attention,
And
right?
then
At
you're
least they're
like, one,
hiding
two,
it well.
three, break. And then you're like, what are we doing again?
But the point, yeah, exactly. But the point of it is at the end of that hour, when I watch how much, when I let them roll or let them kind of teach. What is that? A picture of your peepee? I don't know. We scanned down to your. It's an odd time to scan down to your crotch, but whatever. Hey, Sonny, with a big smile on your face. I thought the porn star part. Oh, you son of a bitch. No one cares, Sonny. What are you gonna hide? No one gives a shit. That's the Old Man Grappling Hour. We used to roll blunts on the screen.
I know. It's just I
But
stopped and I was all proud of myself for stopping,
it's
and
all
then
right.
I
The world
started
forgives you.
up again.
We're having a bad day today, Sonny. You're allowed to smoke pot. I know we're out of sorts today, but we're trying to get through this. Anyway, the group of kids will know more than a group of adults will. It's across the board. Their little brains are just geared. Their neuroplasticity, I heard that earlier today, is just geared towards learning at that young age. And even when you're trying to make them pay attention, they're little rats, you want to bang their heads together, they just absorb that shit at an accelerated pace.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
did I mention this on the last show?
Not yet. Let's talk about this.
No, about my son.
You mentioned it this weekend. I had not spoken. We didn't speak about it on the show. I don't think it was a
Okay,
thing on the
cool.
show last
So
week.
props to my son. He has officially sworn in to the United States Army.
That's pretty awesome.
And everyone's like, what's his MOS? I don't know the name of it, but
I don't even know what
he's going to be
MOS
fixing
means.
helicopter engines, the propellers and whatnot.
Man, that's a real world job that he'll be able to walk right
Right.
out of when
Like
he
there's so
leaves.
many companies that he can work for when he gets out. It's a 4-year bid. Like he's
4 year
he's
bid,
doing four
he's
years.
doing 4 years. Good
It's a
behavior. He'll
four
get
year,
out in 3.5.
right. It's a 4-year contract. And he's really excited about it, you know.
Learn a trade, man. I saw
Yeah.
somewhere the other day about trade school. About the way. Well, first of all, we need more tradesmen in the world. Like I love a higher education. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of learning. I don't care what anybody says. College is kind of a racket right now, but that higher education, critical thinking is an important part of everyone's life.
Of course.
Don't disregard that. However, learning a trade is equally as impressive and equally helpful to your long life, the longevity of your life. You can make your own hours. You can learn how to do something effective. You can go out there and start working 40, $50 an hour straight out the gate. Tradesmen are very important. So kids at home, you don't have to go to college. You can go be an apprentice somewhere and you can learn something valuable to make your life better. Spend a little time freaking doing what you do, living that life. Yes, kids.
Yeah, kids. Whose parents are letting their kids watch this show? That's just irresponsible parenting.
They sneak through. They sneak through. I'm sure a couple of my kiddos are figuring this out. They shouldn't be. Stay in school, kids, or go to trade school. Don't smoke pot like Sonny Paul.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. What else is going on with you, Sonny?
Or start a jiu-jitsu gym and all your dreams come true. Boha.
No, don't fuck you. Don't start a fucking jiu-jitsu gym. We got enough jiu-jitsu gyms. Go fucking go. You want to start a jiu-jitsu gym? You move to fucking Alaska and start winning fucking Alaska. Don't come to my fucking neighborhood. No, you fucking pricks. Every fucking asshole with a purple butt wants to open up a fucking jiu-jitsu gym now. And then you fucking assholes, go fucking wait in line. If you come around me, I'm gonna fucking destroy your world.
Oh my God.
I don't fuck them shit, bro. I'm fucking territorial about that shit. Go open a fucking gym in the
Holy
sticks.
shit.
Go fucking move away like I did.
Bro, everybody wants to start a gym, but nobody wants to move away from home.
Well, I mean,
I moved from Connecticut, motherfucker.
like owning a gym ain't easy either. It ain't like you just get a black belt and you're like, oh, I'm gonna open a gym up. Like you had a gym for 10 years. That shit's fucking hard. It's hard to run a business. It ain't
Dude,
easy.
I met some motherfuckers that thought it was easy.
They thought it was easy and didn't do the due diligence and just thought I'm gonna get a black belt. I'm gonna rent a space, buy some mats, turn on the lights, and people were just gonna flood my building with wanting to learn jujitsu.
Let me put it to you guys this way, and I'm sure Kevin will agree. But teaching class is the easiest thing that we do.
That's the easiest part of the day.
It's the easiest thing that we do.
That's the easiest part of the day. That's nothing. like teaching the knowledge that you've learned. Like that's the fucking easy part. You already did all the work for that. You spent your time learning to do that. You got to do all kind of. You got to coddle people. You got to hold their hands. You got to make sure they keep paying. When they leave, you got to find out why. It's a whole fucking thing, man. Running a business ain't easy. You got to be one. You got to be a jack of all trades. Put out fires all day long.
Bro, you know what else isn't easy?
What else isn't easy?
Pimping.
Pimping ain't easy.
Pimping is not
It's just
easy,
not
my
easy.
friend. By the way, have you seen this Netflix movie they cloned Tyrone?
I have not seen it yet. I heard it's pretty good.
Bro,
Is that the who is in that? Isn't that Jamie Foxx? It's not
Jamie
Foxx. Is it
Foxx.
Jamie Foxx?
Yes.
Didn't he die? Didn't some weird shit happen? He get some
Something
weird
happened to
disease
him.
or
He
some
got
shit.
sick. I don't think he's dead though.
He was
I
like
hope
almost. He was
not.
close to dead.
Yeah. You know who else got messed up and almost died was Jeremy Renner.
Yeah, Jeremy Renner. He was in a
He was in a
car
lot of
accident.
shit.
He was in a car accident.
No, it was
Something
like
like that.
a bobcat accident or something.
Yeah, he was on some kind of like snowmobile or some shit.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
just making
some
this
shit like
shit up.
that.
It was a car accident. No. It was a jet ski. No. Hand gliding. Hand gliding, right?
He was in a fight with a great white. But anyway, you got to see this movie. They cloned Tyrone. Jamie Foxx steals the show.
Well, he is the whole fucking show. It's Jamie Foxx, but whatever.
Bro, he plays a pimp. He plays a pimp.
And they clone him?
No. He's not the guy that gets cloned. But dude,
So he's not Tyrone. He's not the lead character.
No, he's not Tyrone. No, he's not the lead character. He's like a support character, but it stars all three of them, really. I mean, he's got just as much screen time. It's funny though, dude. Like
I'll have to watch it. It's
Jamie
on my
Foxx
list.
at his funniest.
I don't care I don't watch movies anymore, man. I watch shows. I like to watch series. To me, like 2 hours and done. Like, what's that shit? I want to watch like 9 hours.
I can't do it.
I want to waste my life away
series.
watching television shows. I watch so much television.
Only been a couple series that I could watch. Only a couple. Like Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad was good. Breaking Bad. There's so many. I'm actually disturbed at how much television I watch. It's kind of scary. It's kind of a freaky thing. Like I
watch the same amount, but it's just movies.
Yeah, I like my shows. I like my stories. I like having like a
you sound like an old lady. I like my stories.
I like my stories. My soap operas, my grown-up soap operas. Reality TV is my new thing now.
Reality TV?
Well, it's my chick watches it. She gets me fucking locked in on this shit.
There's
I'm taking her to New York this weekend. She's going to New York with me this weekend. So we're trying
to do what?
I mean, to go to New York. I mean, whatever grown-ups do in New York, Sonny.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if there was if you were bringing her up there for a concert.
Well, it's her birthday.
Oh, okay.
But there's also a UFC fight going on. It's a John Jones fight.
Oh,
and Matt Frivola is fighting on the undercard. He might be on the main event now, but he's on that card. So I'm going to come up there and hang out with him. I couldn't get tickets.
I thought Frivola was like a top 15 guy now in that.
Yeah, division. But that still doesn't guarantee you a main. That doesn't guarantee you on the main card. I don't know. I'd have to ask. He might be on the main card because he's from Long Island, and he's a big draw out there. He's got a tough guy. He's an underdog again. But yeah, we couldn't get tickets for the fight. But John Jones dropped out, so the tickets might be a little bit cheaper. They might go down in price, and I'm going to try to maybe think.
So what's the main event going to be now?
The guy who beat Izzy is Israel Alessandro. Well, not Covington. He beat, I forget his damn name. Pereira. Whatever. He's the Brazilian guy, the big kickboxer Brazilian guy. It's honestly that Madison swear it's nothing that's going to make any difference because John Jones is gone. No one gives a fuck anymore who the main event of that card is. It's just a fucking wash. It might be a good fight. It might not be a good fight. Who gives a shit? It's not John Jones. And people that bought tickets for that, some guy spent, I think he paid like $150,000 for 2 ringside tickets to go see John Jones. It was supposed to be John Jones, Stipe Miocic for the main event at Madison Square Garden. Some dude dropped $150,000. It might be per ticket. it was at least $150,000 for 2 tickets, maybe per, maybe so. It
Wow.
might have been 300,000 to go watch this. And then John Jones ripped his fucking pectoral muscle. Yeah, he's out. Like, how pissed would you be?
I think he's probably looking for a refund.
Oh, he ain't getting a refund. Fuck that shit. You know when hell he's getting a refund. But I'm hoping the tickets are all the tickets are ridiculous. I looked to try to get a ticket, and like, first of all, it's Madison Square Garden, so it's already stupid expensive. But just to go like in the nosebleeds, there's like $600 a ticket. Like, I'm not paying $600 to go sit fucking 30 rows up in the stands and look at the fucking flat screen. I could just do that. I could go to a bar. But we're gonna go hang out in New York City. I'm a business owner now. I got credit card points. I put everything on a credit card. Pays for it. There you go.
I haven't been to New York City in a long time.
It's cool. It's not great. That's cool. New York City's doable.
I visited the city when I was 18 years old. And it's so funny because this is back when in New York City, they had all those kinds of like places where you walk in, you put in a quarter and porn comes on the screen for 30 seconds. It was
That's
so
good.
corrupt back then before Giuliani cleaned it up.
What did they call it? They called that place the Deuce. That was where all the porn. Yeah, that was where all the porn. There's a show on HBO called The Deuce. Another. If you ever want to watch, it's a good show. If you want to waste your life away, 2 seasons, about 16 episodes, 3 seasons, I think it was. It was a good fucking show. But it talked about that whole area, that whole fucking
Yeah.
slum land. That's actually James Franco. I don't know if we're allowed to be cool with James Franco anymore because I guess he's a fucking. I think he raped some girl or some shit.
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he did. He's he's known around. He's known
Like he raped
around.
her or like it was Hollywood
Yeah,
rape?
he's known around Hollywood as a little handsy kind of guy. He's no like
It's
Seth
so
Rogen
weird.
won't
Like
talk to him
I
anymore.
find it hard to believe that someone like James Franco would have to rape anybody. Like he's a good-looking guy, he's a Hollywood actor, he's a big star. Like who's saying no to this guy?
Yeah, I mean, you would think so, but
It's like the next day they feel guilty about it and they're like, no.
some people some people still probably will say no to him. And there has been quite a few that have said that he's gotten them drunk, brought them back to the house, and then like jumped on him. And those days are done. Like, you can't do that anymore. That's not the world we live in anymore.
Jeff
But
Ross,
James
you know what to
Franco
do.
in that show plays a really good role where he plays twins. And it's pretty cool. Like, he actually plays 2 characters because one twin is kind of like cool and the other twin's like fucking the crazy one that gets in trouble with the mob and shit. But yeah.
Wait, there's a movie with Tom Hardy.
Yeah, this is a different one. That's an old
Oh,
English movie. They probably
okay.
piggybacked. I think the movie came out first. James Franco was like, well, fuck it. If Tom Hardy can do it, I can do it.
We are speaking gibberish at this point.
Nah, we got another 10 minutes to go. We're going for the folks at home. The folks at home love us. This is when we're at our best. We're cranking this out, fucker. We're committed. We got another 10 minutes to go. The other show I was watching, the reality TV show I've been watching, is called Southern Charm. You ever heard that one before?
No.
Oh man, it is fucking.
I told you I don't watch shows. I can't.
I'm not a huge fan of reality TV, but I get locked into them. 98 Fiancés is a good one. 98
All right.
Fiancé, it's just
Here's
fucking
why
fantastic.
I don't watch shows.
Why?
Okay. Because the same thing that happened with the show Lost is happening way too often. Okay. Someone will come up with a cool idea for a show like Lost. I start watching Lost and I'm like, wow, this is really good. Right. But then after a couple seasons, instead of just bringing a logical conclusion to the show, they start writing. They start writing as they go instead of having planned it out to begin with. And the next thing you know, it's like you're going through this like windy road of Alice in Wonderland, and it's no longer the thing that it was, and it becomes stupid.
Well, there's certain things that lead to that. Like in a show like Lost, first of all, when a guy comes up with the idea for Lost, and I don't know this to be completely true or not, like they write a pilot. And the pilot is one little cross section of direction the show is supposed to go in. It may be somewhere in his mind he has a start and a finish that how the show will eventually end up going. But what happens with Lost is you've got 3 seasons of Lost that are like on top of the world, the highest ratings in the history of television. With like, there's no way they're going to be like, okay, cool, season 4, we're just going to end it where the creator decided he wanted to end it. Like, nah, all right, we're going to stretch this thing out as long as we possibly can, as bitterly, horribly, ridiculously long as we can, because people are watching it. We're selling ads. The world keeps moving in the world, and the wheels keep turning. So what happens?
That's why I don't like shows.
Yeah, I know, but they don't always do that. Breaking Bad did a good job of not going down that road. I think Breaking Bad was 5 seasons,
Yeah.
6 seasons. Good shows do a good job of not going down that rabbit hole into nothingness. They know when to get it done and be done with it. But
I liked The Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit was good.
That was a good show.
Yeah, the Queen's Gambit was good. The Crown, it's a good show. Good show.
What?
The Crown, Queen show. Anyway, it's about the Queen of England. Pretty good show. Queen Gambit was good. She was hot. The chick was hot.
Who?
The girl from Queen's Gambit, the redhead chick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She's been in a lot of shit. She was in a movie called Morgan, where she's like this robot.
Oh, I do remember that.
Yeah. Like, dude, she's been in some weird stuff.
Yeah. Well, I guess we could call it. It hasn't been quite an hour yet. The Old Man Grappling, 45 minutes, I guess we can call it. It's kind of, it doesn't really roll off the tongue the same way, though. It doesn't have the same flair to it.
Bro, it doesn't have to be an hour every time.
Remember when our shows used to go like 2.5 hours? I was thinking about the other day when I was
because we were interviewing people.
We were interviewing people. We'll get it. We're going to get to that. I enjoyed just rapping with you.
And despite your best efforts to prevent them from talking, they would add a lot of.
They would actually add some insights.
Exactly.
I'm getting better at that. Let's bring an expert on so I can just basically explain to them everything, answer all their questions we ask.
You know what we can do now that we got this fucking Zoom shit going on? We can interview people again.
I've got a.
I'm leaving my shirt on.
Oh, we did have shirtless. Remember the last in honor of Nikki Rodriguez, we had shirtless day. We got some good clips. I'm so mad at you for fucking freaking out and deleting all that shit. There was some good.
I didn't. It's all up there.
Is it back up? All right, cool. Because Rod wants to go through and Jeff Rod wants to go through and add clips.
It's all on our YouTube.
All right, we're gonna go through that. We're gonna look. I'm gonna have him go through the YouTube.
Yeah.
Well, we will definitely get into some guests. I think maybe one more show, me and you, and then we'll start bringing on some guests. But I have a whole host of characters.
Only interesting people. I don't want to talk to any boring fucking people.
We'll get some good people. Boring people. You don't want to talk about fucking reality television for an hour. The old man reality television.
I kid.
Show.
I'm kidding.
No, we're gonna have the girl from Laheel. We'll get some of our We Defy people on.
Stacy from Laheel. We should interview
from
her.
Laheel. My trainer wants to come on. He's a doctor of physical therapy. He's going to come on and talk a little bit. We picked up quite a few sponsors over the last few weeks, the last week or so. But we got big things coming. I brought on a writer for the site. We've got a real professional. She used to write for the Jitsi Times. Andrea Tang is going to be producing some good content for us to back up our shows. I'm going to try to start writing again. We're going to have clips, all kind of fun stuff.
I can write. I can contribute.
You are more than welcome to contribute.
I too am good with the pen.
Jeff Rod would like for us to start doing anything we can think of. Little fun, little clips, 1 or 2 a week. We could put them up on the site. He's going to be running our entire management team. If you guys don't know, Jeff Rod is one of my brown belts.
We can both post to the Instagram more.
I got that. He wants us to get retroactive or that proactive, not retroactive, whatever. But oh shit, I dropped my phone. But real quick, let's close this thing out because now I'm bored too.
Are you on your phone?
I dropped it. I didn't throw it. It just fell on the floor. I'm disgusted with you, Sonny. I threw my phone across the room. I'm sorry. You made it sad. I love you, Boo Boo. We're having a hard day today.
Yeah, we
Um,
are.
but just to talk about our sponsors, obviously, Troy Regano, no judges needed. He's our boo. He's my guy. Been loving him forever. He's been our one of our
Dude,
original sponsor.
like, relax because people are going to think things.
People already think things.
Loving him forever, man.
Me and Troy, we go. Troy's my dog. That guy's been taking
Like,
care of me
Troy's
since.
awesome, dude.
Troy's the man.
Troy is one of those guys, like, I don't see how anybody could not like him.
No, he's the
If
best.
he has an enemy, that person must be a douchebag.
One of the truly altruistic people I've ever met in my entire life. I don't think I've ever met someone that truly gives without expecting anything in return. And he doesn't even want people to know how generous he is. He doesn't even care about the appeal for it. He doesn't even care about people knowing it. He just does it because it's the right thing to do. Really good Jesuit background, Jesuit education, AMDG. We also have Laheel Biogenics for all of your stem cell needs.
One of my students came up to me and they were like, bro, I did the stem cell thing. And I was like, with Laheel? He's like, yeah. He's like, I totally feel so much better. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. I'm like, how did you find out about it? And he's like, through the email. Because you know, we did an email blast.
I know, you dumb fuck. You fucking you sponsored him. You put him out there.
No, I know, but when I asked, I wasn't really thinking.
Yeah.
I didn't put two and two together that like, I thought
you,
maybe he was working with them prior, but no, it was us that recommended the heel, and he went and got his arm fixed.
this.
And I
I had
was
stem
like,
cells in my elbow. Was the best. They
yeah,
loved it. It came out great. Stem
I had to do my
cells.
shoulder, man. My shoulder is killing me. I
The
got to do it
peptides are
soon.
amazing. Like I can't tell you. I don't do TRT anymore. I do the peptides, and it's awesome. Very
What's
really low
peptides?
impact. I do CJC 1295, BPC 157, and I do 8CG. And it's an awesome cocktail. I feel amazing. Best I've felt in years.
Really?
Yeah, it's awesome. My blood, my hemoglobin level's not higher. Like my testosterone went up. I'm not through the roof. I'm up about 750, 800. The BPC helps regenerate my cells, helps me feel
Who do
better.
you do this through?
Through Laheel.
Oh,
Jesus, how fucking high are you? We're talking about Laheel.
I didn't realize.
Laheel.
No, I know that, but I didn't know they did all that.
They do all that shit, man. The peptides are the best. Dude, you should hit them up. Dude, you got to talk to them about that, man. Those fucking peptides are where it's at.
Yo, send this clip to Stacy and tell her to reach out to me.
Yeah, we're gonna do. We're gonna
have her just text her, but let's do it this way.
She's next. Maybe next week we'll have her on the show. I'm gonna hit her up for a sponsorship from the show so we can get a little kickback for this. And then
she is badass though. I like her, man. She's straight up about doing business.
Yeah. We have a few new sponsors coming. Rewire, my physical therapist. We're going to start talking about him. He's awesome. Charlie Keenan, if you need any physical therapy done in Tampa area, he is the best. I can't tell you. I've been working with him for a little bit over a year now, year and a half. And it's that this right now, this is the best my body has felt since I was probably in my 20s. It's amazing how effective all my injuries are.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, if you shave your head all the way, like zero all the way, like I do, you will look another 10 years younger. Because I'm looking at you right now, and I'm telling you, man, you do that, 10 years.
All right.
10 years. You'll be able to fool a lot of women.
That's what I'm looking for. I want to be able to.
It's funny because I think that you used to be ugly, and now I think you're a very handsome gentleman.
Well, thank you, Sonny. I appreciate that. You thought
remember the time that you fought Coringa?
Yeah. And I had a meltdown.
You guys put up you guys put up a poster with both your faces, and I wrote in a comment, I was like, "Look how handsome you both are."
That was a long time ago. That was about
Yeah, well,
four
I'm
years
saying
ago, five
you
years
got
ago.
so much better looking since then.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, son. Yeah,
Look at that, huh?
I think you're a good looking man too. I
No, you're
prefer fat
just
sonny, but
saying that, Kevin, because
I'm
I
just
said
saying it.
it.
Oh, you know I love you, motherfucker. All right. We've got a few other sponsors. I haven't got their actual information yet. I'm working on that. When we start to get to that, we'll get you some more updates on those sponsors. And if anyone's interested in jumping up on a sponsor, I'm doing my best to try to promote this show and promote our website as much as we can. I've got some cool things coming, and I'm dumping a little money into marketing some other stuff. If you'd like to be a part of that, I just feel like there's an opportunity. This is something I've done for a while. I've been covering jiu-jitsu in a journalistic aspect for a long time, and I'd like to try to get back in the game with that. And I think that we could build something out of this site. So I'm excited about it. What the future holds. Keep tuning in. See what we have to offer you. And I love you guys. Sonny, you got anything else to add?
I thought that was a beautiful outro.
Oh, I love you,
So
boo
let
boo.
me ruin it by talking. Ah.
One more time before we go. R.I.P. Josh Couture. We're a little bit out of sorts today, guys. I apologize. We had to muscle through this. Super horrible news to hear about the death of someone that young. Hopefully we get through
Such a
this,
good
man.
guy.
You're such a good guy. Sonny, I love you. Have a good day. I'm going to
All
figure out
right,
how to
bro.
turn this fucking thing off.